$995 Canadian. If you're looking for a sedan that'll get you great fuel efficiency, is pretty cost effective, but you'll still get comfort and a sweet ride, look no further than the K4 EX Plus.
In today's video, Gabby and myself, we're going to be giving you guys a full and complete walkthrough of this excellent trim, and we get to basically walk you guys through the exterior, the interior, the powertrain, the interior, the safety, and the best part is we do this live. So if you guys have questions about it, feel free to put them in the live chat, and we'll do our best to answer them for you at our dedicated Q&A at the end of the video. If you watch this and still have questions, leave them down below as a regular posted comment, and we'll do our very best to answer you too.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it.
Let's go.
So I'm going to start off with the safety, the exterior, and the powertrain that the K4 is going to get you. And hey, if you're looking for fuel efficiency, I said this one is a great choice for one reason. It's the last trim level that will get you the 2-liter naturally aspirated engine. So if you don't want to go into the turbo models, but you still like comfort and luxury, guys, you'll be really impressed. First though, let's start off with the front end, the look of the vehicle, and then we'll work our way under the hood. So you're first going to be greeted with these really bold and bright LED headlamps. So you're going to get a beautiful LED daytime running light. That's going to be your amber light. It's pretty hard to miss. And then within that, we'll get our LED main headlamp bulb. So your positioning lights, DRLs, and main headlights are all going to be LED. That means they're going to be bright, they're going to last long, and of course, gives this vehicle a very modern look. You also get smart high beam assist on this vehicle, so if you are somewhere or someone that lives in a more rural area, it'll really appreciate this function because it'll shut off your high beams if it senses another car. On the topic of safety though, this vehicle is packed with a lot of active safety functions that you can turn off if you're not a fan of it, but it really helps the driver convenience. One of those is going to come down to this radar plate right over here. So just underneath your plate bracket, you'll have another rectangular object here. And this is of course going to be your radar plate that'll sense anything happening on the road. So if you're driving and a vehicle cuts in front of you, slams on the brakes, it'll send you an alert inside the cabin to let you know there's a risk of a collision. If you fail to react as a driver, the vehicle will take corrective action and hit the brakes to either minimize the collision or stop it completely. So it's a very smart system, super easy to use, and you also get smart cruise control with this vehicle, meaning that if I turn my cruise control on, set my speed, and I hit stop and go traffic, my car will slow down at a complete stop and get right back up to speed again when things get moving. So lots of tech in this vehicle at a great price point. I'll pop the hood now to talk about the powertrain. So like I mentioned, this is going to be the last 2-liter 4-cylinder that's naturally aspirated in this lineup. You're going to get about 147 horsepower with 132 pound-feet of torque. The fuel efficiency is where this vehicle is really going to shine. It's not a hybrid or anything like that, but you're still going to get 6 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway with this vehicle. Let's pop that open. There we are. It's tied to an IVT transmission, which stands for Intelligent Variable Transmission. Sounds like a CVT, but it's different. It actually feels like a proper automatic in the way it has simulated gear shifts. So your vehicle's not going to feel sticky or like it's lagging. It feels nice and smooth, very easy to operate, and of course, extremely efficient. Let's take a look at the wheels now. The wheels are definitely an improvement on the EX and EX Plus models. They're 17-inch alloys with a nice dark and light finish. So you're going to get a little bit of gloss black, which has a lot of water streaks on it right now. Please forgive us. With a nice Kia emblem, Kia logo in the very center, and a little bit of that nice machine finish. For your tires, you're just going to get a Tucumo all season, and it is a front-wheel drive vehicle, so we definitely recommend putting winters on if you do live somewhere like Canada or anywhere really that experiences wintry conditions. Around your wheel wells, you'll get a touch of black plastic, which you guys, I really appreciate here in Canada because that's all going to get kicked up with salt anyway. Right over here, we have a little bit of body color, a little bit more of that flat black, and then turn signal indicator. You're going to get this turn signal indicator on the EX trims and above. Great safety function, of course, looks good as well too, and you also get blind spot detection with rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist on this vehicle. For your windshield, you are going to get an acoustic laminated windshield on the EX Plus model. That's going to make things a little bit quieter inside the cabin too, so you can really experience passenger comfort. And then, you guys can't really tell from outside, but this is black for a reason. This is going to be your introductory trim level to our wide style sunroof. If you're driving a Kia Forte in the past, a lot of people think that the K4 is the Kia Forte replacement or the exact same car. They have some similarities, but things get really different when we talk about the interior. Of course, this vehicle is larger, but some of the changes that they've made to things as simple as the sunroof make this vehicle feel completely different and a whole lot more premium. All right, one more thing I want to point out. Proximity entry. So this is actually something that's standard on the Kia K4. If you're getting the LX model, you're still going to get this function. This little button over here is one of my favorites here in Canada. As long as you've got your key on you, it can be in your pocket or in your bag, in your jacket, doesn't matter. Walk up to your car, press that, it'll unlock the vehicle for you. press it once you're done driving, and it locks it again. So you never actually have to jingle for your keys. It's always gonna let you in nice and easy. All right, towards the back, because the K4 is still a relatively new car, if you haven't seen any of our videos covering it before, I'll just highlight some changes towards the rear end. The vehicle is a little bit different in its look and where the rear handle is placed. So you'll notice we have pillar-mounted rear door handles. Doesn't all make that much of a difference, really. We got really long doors as well, too. And you'll notice once we probably get towards more of the back of the vehicle, there's a lot of curves on this car. So Charlotte, if you stand here and film directly there, you'll see how wide the rear gets. It's a very Coke bottle-like silhouette on this vehicle. A fastback-like style too, so the rear window looks very short, and so does the trunk. You may be having the illusion, I guess, that we don't have a lot of trunk space, but just like the Forte it replaces, there's actually a lot more than you would think. So the opening seems quite small, but this is a very, very wide and deep trunk. You do get a compact spare tire with the K4.
Winner, winner.
Yeah, something that the Kia Forte did not have. And of course, all of that usable trunk space. If you need to knock down those rear seats, you have two latches right over here, and they go down nice and easy. All right, let me close this up. I mentioned earlier that this vehicle has rear cross-traffic collision avoidance. Essentially, if I'm reversing out of a parking lot and someone goes driving behind me or someone walks behind me, my vehicle will alert me to let me know, hey, there's someone there, watch out, and will brake for me if it senses the need to do so. Taillights just turned off, but they are LEDs. I hope, oh no, they're still on. Sorry, I couldn't see from where I was standing. All right, we got a little bit of black plastic here, giving it a nice dark look, and then beautiful LED tail lamps expanding almost all the way across. You do get an actual release for your trunk, which is a life changer, and it's a proximity-based trunk too if you turn that function on, meaning I can just walk up to the back of my car, automatically opens for me. I don't have to kick underneath the vehicle or jingle for my keys again to open it.
And it's great to see something like that on a sedan too.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Something I have on my car, and I'm not gonna lie, almost every day when I walk to my vehicle, I kind of have to run past it so it doesn't trigger it and open it, but it's still really nice to have when I am carrying something, so I never turn it off. All right, now for the fuel. Fuel tank's right over here, 47-liter tank, just like the Forte. If you guys know me, you know I talk about my Forte all the time. I daily drive one, and I drive a lot, seriously a lot. So I get gas about once a week with my Kia Forte. It's about $65 to $60 to fill. We're also living in Ontario where gas prices are pretty high, and I don't mind it. I drive, I guess my fuel tank gives me probably about 670 kilometers of range, and the Kia K4 is very, very similar. Yeah, $65 once a week ain't bad for me, but I am driving a lot, you guys. Fuel tank there. 6 liters per 100 kilometers highway. All right, Charlotte, shall you take a look inside?
Let's take a look on the interior.
Trying not to slip on the floor.
So guys, believe it or not, I actually have not seen or been in an EX Plus before. So this is going to be my first look at it too, even though I do know what features it has. And so let's talk about some of our more newer features that we're seeing on this trim. So to start off, a lot of it is going to have to do with our windows. And that is going to be the fact that we have full automatic windows, but we have one-touch and obstacle detecting ones for our front two windows. Other than that, on this side, you can see that we have a good mix of the gray and black plastic, so nice and easily wipeable too. A little bit of soft touch here for your arm. You've got your window lock, and then we still have those electronically controlled mirrors, which again, really nice to see. This is also going to be the trim where we're going to start seeing synthetic leather. So if your non-negotiables are leather and a sunroof, well, the EX Plus is probably going to be the trim for you then.
That's me.
Yeah, that's Gabi. All right.
People are saying, Charlotte, you disappeared with the car.
I know. And it's not even planned, but how good is it too?
That perfect color match.
Who wore it best, guys? I know it's going to be the K4. I'm not offended.
I color matched my coworker to my car.
Yeah, don't worry. All right, on this side, you can see we have some chrome painted door handles. You're also going to have your heated seats and your heated steering wheel button, which is something that we're seeing a lot more of from Kia in terms of design. They're going to be mounted on the door. We also have our speakers. This is going to be one of 6 speakers in this vehicle. And then when it comes to safety, we're going to have 8 different airbags in this vehicle, so very good for a vehicle of this size class as well. Your seat, now some people are probably going to bark at this, but it's okay. It is manual, so you can pull it forward. You can still adjust your height, which is very nice. And then, of course, you're going to be able to adjust your backrest too. So you are still able to find a comfortable setting. It's just going to be a set it and forget it seat. Over here, you'll notice that we're going to have more controls, our brightness adjuster for our instrument cluster, electronic parking brake, and also your traction control. The nice thing is that they are angled slightly towards the driver, so very easy to use should you need to adjust anything on the fly, such as your brightness. All right, you want to come around?
Sure.
Take the Cute.
Hazard lights on, so that would be, of course, your turn signal indicators as well, too. The headlamps are beautiful in this vehicle, obviously very effective as well. And a couple more safety functions I didn't mention earlier. We got our, of course, forward collision avoidance, but also lane keep and lane follow assistance. So those tied with your smart cruise control creates a semi-autonomous driving mode.
Definitely. All right, so this is the interior. Gabby, do you want to tell me about your seat?
Yeah, for sure. So, fun fact about this seat, it's the same as Charlotte.
Woo!
So you get height adjustment for a passenger, something that the compact segment just really doesn't get. The seats are super comfy, and the fact that you get the two-tone finish and that leatherette, really nice.
It's very rare that you see two of the same seats for the driver and the passenger. This seat, of course, is also going to be heated as well, so very comfortable for any winter driving. I already mentioned that we have a heated steering wheel. It is more of a sport style, so flat on the top, flat on the bottom too. And then also you'll notice we have our off-center Kia logo, which gives us good juxtaposition with our drive mode. I know I'm the only one who likes the off-center logo, but that's okay, dare to be different. But you can also see that we have our two designated drive modes. So we're gonna have normal and sport mode, and each of these are going to change how the powertrain is gonna respond with those pre-selected gear ratios that this IVT is going to have. So if you want a little bit more of an increased throttle response, sport mode is gonna give that to you. If you want something that's just your everyday creature comforts, that's gonna be more so for your normal mode. On our steering wheel, we are going to have a split between our media and our driving control, so lots that you can access from here. And if you want to learn about some of our favorite steering wheel tips and tricks, we've actually done a video on it to show you how to get the most out of your steering wheel and also some things you may not have known about it. Like, do you guys know what this start button does? I'll give you a hint. It's to set a favorites button. Pretty cool. Behind us, we do have our regular lighting stock and also our wiper stock. And directly ahead of me, you'll notice we have our instrument cluster. We have a 4.2-inch screen in the center. Now, everything is digital, but this screen is going to be the one that really is you're able to customize or change your cycle between. But we still have a digital style speedometer and tachometer with little hash marks that will fill up as your speed and RPM increase. So from here, you can see things like your trip computer, so how the vehicle responds to you as the driver. You're also going to be able to see which safety features are enabled and also information like your tire pressure, and then just general information such as mileage, exterior temperature, we're inside right now, what mode you're in, and also what safety features are enabled down at the bottom too. So lots can be seen from here just from the driver's perspective, which is something I really like. Now, I must say one of my favorite features, and probably the star of the show, is our multimedia screen. It's 12.3 inches. It's nice and flat, which is very nice to see. So it doesn't have any type of curve to it. And it's also going to give you the opportunity to use a wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which I know everyone is going to be pretty excited about, myself included. It's one of my favorite features. And again, lots that you can do from in here as well. Setup, you're able to customize those safety features as well as your user profiles. And if you have any questions about what's in here, we have done a video on pretty much everything. So check out our tips and tricks playlist on YouTube. This is also really, really nice because you have the combination of real buttons with dials. It's no switchable infotainment climate control cluster. Everything pretty much does as it says. You've got your home, map, and in the case that you can't find anything, you have this handy dandy search function. So you can search for features, contacts, media, which again, fantastic, makes the learning curve a lot easier, especially since there's a lot of new tech in these cars. So if you want to go and figure out what type of lighting features you've got, you can simply type that in. It's going to bring it all up for you. Easy to use. Down below is going to be all of your climate, so everything again is going to do exactly as it says, and they do provide you a little bit of feedback too. Down below, you'll notice that we have our wireless phone charger. You also have opportunities for connectivity and charging. Should you want to use a wire, you can click between them. You're going to have your 12-volt as well. Oop. You don't need to keep filming that, it's okay. It's fine.
Just want to make sure it works.
Two-tone gear shift, and you'll also notice that we have our push to start. And something that's really nice is that this whole vehicle is basically done with proximity. You never really need to pull the key out of your pocket if you don't want to. It can just be left in your bag, left in your pocket, very comfortable and very convenient, especially if you're wearing lots of coats and layers. Auto hold we still have. And then your rear view camera, which will of course come up as the vehicle is put into reverse. And you even have a top-down viewpoint as well as a wide point. And you'll notice that each of these viewpoints are still going to show you where the vehicle is going to end up based on how the steering wheel is turned and the wheels are facing.
The camera quality is incredible too.
Better than what we film on.
Yep.
You have guillotine style cup holders. They're absolutely massive, so you can fit definitely some big drimps in here. Probably the biggest style big gulp that you could find. It's going to fit in there for you, don't worry.
They're Trenta size.
Trenta size, that's what the VPOG, which is like the dealer guide, they specifically said Starbucks Trenta sized.
We needed to
I don't know why. A decent amount of covered storage space. I do like that, so you can put all of your essentials in there. And then up top, we do have an ECM mirror, which is nice. That wide style, full sunroof. Powered shade.
Very nice.
And then a standard feature that we do as well see on the K4 is going to be Kia Connect, which is going to be Kia's telematics system, meaning you can start the vehicle, lock the doors, use location services, all from the comfort of your own phone. Now, if you do not want to continue with Kia Connect after the free trial, you still have integrated remote start right on your key fob. You have a slim profile key fob, nice ergonomic shape, and again, you never need to take it out if you don't want to. You'll also notice all of our lighting, and then these symbols here are just going to be for your Kia Connect if you need to access roadside assistance or emergency assistance. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else for up front.
I think it's worth mentioning. So the EX Plus gets you, the big things that it gets you is the leatherette and the sunroof. And this, by far, so the Kia Forte never really had a trim level that had the leather in the sunroof for its last model year, the 2024, except the GT line. But then you got all the sporty accents and all that stuff.
Which may not necessarily fit your lifestyle or really what you want.
Yeah, so if you want just, you know, a classic vehicle with leather and a sunroof, you can get that on the K4.
Definitely.
And space-wise, because the sunroof is so much wider than what we saw in the Forte, it makes the already larger interior feel that much bigger.
And I think that's something that really comes to light, no pun intended, because of the sunroof, in the back seat where we have absolutely amazing legroom. It's actually class-leading legroom.
Yep.
And the way that they use the space, I think it's really nice, especially if you're driving a sedan, but you still consistently have passengers. And more than 2 passengers, too, like people who are in the back seat.
Yep.
So I guess let's go take a look at it.
Let's check out that class
leading.
Or leading class.
I was going to say not to be confused with the leading class of the Elantra. All right, so more of that two-tone look in the rear. Super, super comfortable. These seats, they are like butter. They're very, very soft. The nice thing is they actually have a little bit more padding too. And you'll notice that, like I said, the space is used really well. So for example, these seats are gonna double as like a coat rack, or you can put your bag on it with the way of the shape of the headrest and the seat itself. I also like that they're plastic on the back because that's really easily wipeable, especially if you have young kids back here. You have one pocket. You'll also notice that we have rear ventilation, so we've got vents, dual USB-Cs, and a little convenience pocket here too. Some more perforation on these 2 main seats with sets of lower latch anchors. And we do have tethers up at the top as well. Very comfortable. Lights back here too. And again, I just really like that we have the two-tone on the doors as well. It doesn't feel like it got forgotten back here. But tons of space, tons of space. I'll move over, show you what it looks like in the middle. You're probably not going to be wearing heels. But you'll also notice that I have a decent amount of headroom sit back, even though I'm seated back here too.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
Good amount. And then this seat is probably reclined a little bit more normal. Mine's up because I'm shorter, but great amount of space. Very comfortable on the recline. Great amount of headroom too.
Sorry, I'm gonna get close to you.
Hello.
No, it's a lot of headroom.
Yeah, very good. Very comfortable back here.
All right, shall I give you this? And then
Yeah.
I'll grab the, sorry, it's already flipped. Watch out.
That's great. Oh, jump scare. Okay, I'm gonna set this back up, guys. Whew. I'll slide over here, move it over. That way it's all ready for Gabby. And I need to check the time as well.
We got
2:19.
asked if there was memory seats, so you can get that on the very, very top model, the GT Line Turbo Limited, which I think is a great car that needs a shorter name.
Thank you.
Go. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I hit my head on the way in, but that was user error.
That was user error.
All right, what else do we got for questions?
All right.
Price, please. $27,995 Canadian. And that is before taxes and fees, so just the base MSRP.
I don't know what that's talking about.
Ooh, Kia Canada needs to carry forward the EX Premium like from the Forte, so we can at least get the dual zone climate control and upgrade it to better instrument panel without having to jump 4K to the turbo. I totally agree. I think this EX Plus is a huge upgrade from the EX Plus of the Forte though. If I remember correctly, I think the Forte EX Premium in the last body style was only around for 1 year. After that, it was EX Plus, EX Premium, which gave you push to start, but nothing else really. I guess the dual zone climate. But the seats were still cloth and everything. So if you wanted leather or leatherette, you had to go.
Had to go up.
Yeah.
It would almost be nice if they introduced something like a tech package.
Yeah.
The only thing is, when you get into stuff that's a little bit more specific like that, you have to evaluate that it's the right market that you're doing it for.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think it could be. Where's the hatchback version? So we haven't gotten a firm confirmation on when that's arriving in Canada yet.
Coming.
We're hoping.
It's coming.
Well, we know it's coming, but
coming.
we don't know when. Do you know when? Are you holding out on me?
I know, Charlotte.
Okay.
I tell you everything.
I know. That's why I was surprised.
Pat was on earlier. I don't know if he's still on, but he said, Char, do you match the car?
Yes, I do. This is my morning Haze turtleneck. It's from Aritzia.
I got this car 2 weeks ago and I love it, but I'm surprised by the absence of the rear sensors and plastic vibration with bassy music. Did you get the EX Plus? I do know the sound quality definitely makes a difference when you are going to something with a little bit more sound deadening and insulation. So, for example, the EX versus the GT line Turbo Limited. Again, sorry about the long name. We drove them both within like pothole courses, with vehicle horns and everything blasting, and it made a really, really big difference for the sound deadening. I know for me, I never really care about how quiet my car is. My personal vehicle, I'll notice it on new cars, but for my car, I don't really care. But yeah, if you are someone who appreciates that kind of thing, something like the EX Plus or above, where you do get that enhanced deadening, might make a big difference.
Paul asked which K4 has the powered driver's seat. Did you answer that already? That's going to be one trim up from this. That is the GT line.
I answered the one about memories.
Yes, that's right.
So that's going to be one up from the one that Charlotte just mentioned.
Does the camera record? So I'm assuming you're talking about the rear view camera, and no, it does not. Not at all.
Sorry I'm late. Will this have a plug-in or hybrid option ever? So hybrid, I think
hybrid is very reasonable.
it's realistic, but it's not confirmed.
We're rumor milling right now.
Yes.
This is speculation, everybody.
Yes. How come you never crank the tunes briefly so we can hear it? So
Copyright! Unless you guys want to listen to Sounds of Nature.
Yeah, copyright, but also when we're inside, the station reception is pretty not good. Hybrid plus wagon would make this vehicle one of a kind and probably one of the most popular vehicles in Canada. Hybrid wagon, I would buy that immediately.
That would be fantastic.
Immediately.
You love a wagon.
I love a wagon.
You love a wagon.
Need the fuel efficiency. Perfect.
Do you know if they will be showing the K4 in the 2026 Sportage at the Montreal Auto Show? K4, I'm sure, will be there as part of their lineup. They pretty much have their entire lineup at each show. I think it's probably, again, reasonable for the Sportage to be there. Do you think?
I think so.
It depends on how many pre-production units there are right now, if they ship them over.
The Montreal Auto Show is before the Toronto one,
it's
right?
like in January. I think it's mid-January. I think it's like 2 weeks or something.
Don't hold us to it, but maybe. Maybe.
We found out in less time that we're going on trips. So
Yes.
You never know. We could end up being there.
Chester sent us a super chat. It said, hi. Hey, Chester.
Hey, thank you. All right, I got to sneak away.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Goodbye.
I'll leave you with my mic.
Yeah. Don't take that.
That would be really awkward. I have to code an appointment. Can you imagine if I'm at the dentist and they're like, all right, that's
I'll
for
just
you.
put it over here.
From the mic. Snooches to you all. Thank you for the wonderful questions today.
Yes.
I will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Or
Bye.
bye, Charlotte. I'm still here for a little bit. 0 to 60. Unfortunately, I don't have that number off the top of my head. Can we test drive it soon? Test drive absolutely soon. Now we still got a little bit of ice outside, and these vehicles aren't ours personally. But when things get a little bit better, I think we should definitely do a test drive. However, we have done a test drive review while we were in Texas with the K4. If we did the Media and Gabi's car, what song would play? Same for Charlotte. Well, my most played song of 2024, as per Spotify Wrapped, was Two Princes by the Spin Doctors. I don't know what Charlotte's was. Charlotte, what was your most played song for 2024?
Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jets. All right, she's gone now. What car do you like more, the K4 or the Elantra? As of right now, I do like the K4 more, largely because it is completely redesigned or completely new model. So it's got the latest and greatest tech, but I'm excited to see what the new Elantra will look like. Ryan answered January 17th for the Montreal Auto Show. Ooh, very soon. We're really excited for the Toronto Auto Show. I think that's one of my favorites. So much fun. I'm excited to see what they'll have there. Why are we skipping the glove box? I didn't know you guys want to see the glove box today. If you had to pick one car from Kia or Hyundai's lineup, which would you pick? For me personally, I feel like, I don't know. If it had to make sense for my life, probably the Elantra Hybrid, because I don't need a big vehicle and fuel efficiency is important to me based off how much I drive. But if it was just something that didn't matter, someone else was paying for my gas, probably the Sorento X-Line Limited or X Pro. Yeah, probably that. Or the EV6 GT. I watched all your reviews and bought a new Kia Seltos EX. I love it. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations on your new car. The Seltos is a great vehicle, and I'm sure you'll be very happy with it. David Williams had the Ioniq 5N. I completely forgot about that car. But yes, that's also a good. Now that I think of it, there's quite a few I'd pick. Okay, I'm gonna delete that comment. Veloster, throwback. Bulletin Blair asked if the Soul is dead now. So we haven't received anything in terms of Kia Soul news. So nothing in terms of a refresh, redesign, next model. I don't know what future there is for the Kia Soul. It hasn't been confirmed that it's discontinued or anything like that. So there's nothing official that it's going to be gone. But it's just one of those really weird cars. It's like the Hyundai Venue. There's not a lot of news on it. It's just kind of there. But I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Kia K3 replaces the Soul ? So again, nothing confirmed for the K3 coming for us here in Canada. But it's a soulless lineup. I love mine. So we love the Kia Soul here too. And so many of our Soul customers just buy more Souls, more Souls, more Souls. Because they love it, right? So I don't know. It's tough. It's very tough. Do you have any customer feedback about the K4? Did they enjoy it? I know everyone who's driven one likes it. I just can't think of a specific customer that I've spoken to. Because everyone that bought a K4, they bought it pretty recently, right? We've had these cars for 2 months now maybe, so they haven't really been here back for service or anything. But it's very well accepted here. A lot of people do like it. They'll see it in the showroom, ask what it is. It's a pretty cool car. All right, you guys. I think that's probably about it for today's video. Now, if there's any questions that we didn't get to answer throughout the live stream that you'd like to ask, please leave it below as a regular YouTube comment, and Charlotte and I will certainly get back to it as soon as we see it. Other than that, though, we will be live again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to see what Hyundai we're filming tomorrow, be sure to join us then. Till then, take care, have a good rest of your day, and